Hello, I'm Richard Tatum, a student at Regent University in the class 632. Today I'm doing a podcast on digital media technology, and I will be interviewing Pastor Leona Tatum, who is the pastor of Four Winds Christian Church. How are you doing today, Pastor Tatum?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to interview with me today. I would like to ask you a couple of questions about how digital media is used in your church. However, I would first like you to describe your church and tell me something about Four Winds Christian Church.
Well, Four Winds Christian Church is located just off of a major highway, I 10, in San Antonio, Texas. We are co located with the Presbyterian Church, Los Angeles Heights Presbyterian Church, where we really enjoy a relationship of serving the local community. For Winds, however, is a small congregation that really is geared towards outreach. We do a pop up in which we are sponsored through the food bank every first Saturday. We feed the homeless every second Sunday. We do a pantry and clothing giveaway every second Tuesday. And so we're really geared towards how can we support the local community.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of stuff that you're doing. However, I would like to now shift the questions to digital media technology. How does your church use digital media technology?
Wow. Since we are a small community, we use it in a way to just advertise what we do. We have a website in which we can put any podcasts that we do, we can put our services there, anything that we're studying for Bible study, but we also have pictures that really show the ministry that we do. One of the things I didn't talk about is that we help a international ministry with building wells and local communities there. And so we're able to use our website to really show what it is that we do. Then we have a Facebook page, again, as a way of information about what are the things that we're doing, how can others get involved in what we're doing. That's also where we stream every Sunday. We live stream. Sometimes we'll live stream our Bible studies. So we use digital marketing in that way of just really getting the word out about what we're doing. Not necessarily are we trying to go out there and recruit others from other churches, but we want people to know what we're doing and how can they become a part of what we're doing.
Okay. So now that you have talked a little bit about that, how would you rate the effectiveness of your digital technologies and what is that based on?
I think it's pretty effective. One of the ways is we're always getting new people involved in our Saturday pop ups. There are groups that will come out and they'll get involved. They will spend that 4 hours on a Saturday helping to separate food and then give that food away to those who show up that Saturday. We also use it as a way that when there are people have a need, they can post that need, and there's someone in our congregation that's monitoring that. So if someone is looking for clothes, we're able to help them. If somebody's looking for food, we have a food pantry. And so we really use it as a means of saying, what are the needs that you have and how can we support that?
Okay. So you say that the effectiveness is pretty good then.
Yes, I would say it is.
So what challenges do you face when it comes to your digital media technologies?
I think the biggest challenge is that our church is in an older building, so it's brick and thick brick all the way around. And so there are some Sundays that our connectivity can be a little off. We have to shut everything down and restart again just because of the age of the building, the where the internet is versus the connection to where the internet is trying to go. And so those can be our challenges, but we seem to be able to work through it. Sometimes it may mean that our streaming may start a little bit after our service has begun, but we just really continue to look for ways to overcome those challenges.
Okay. So, do you have any plans in the future for increasing your technology abilities?
Well, we have looked at that. One of the things, though, that we have done recently, we used to have a screen that we would let down. This church has a beautiful mural that's right at the back of the sanctuary, and it's a beautiful where the sun comes in. And so we would have a screen that would cover that every Sunday. We've just since removed the screen and we put up actually TV monitors on the side that's really helping. It's closer now to the congregation. And so in the future, we're hoping to add another set for those that are sitting at the back of the congregation. And so just looking for ways to do that. Then we're also hoping that at some point that we'll be able to actually get a digital sign outside that will also just allow people to know what are the activities that we're doing, how can they get involved.
Okay. So, as you look at that, you're saying get involved. What are you doing to get more people involved?
Again, just word of mouth, advertising on our website, on our Facebook, and just really engaging people who come out on Saturday, giving people information of how can they get help. One of the things that we have seen happen over and over again is that people will line up about 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning, that first Saturday, trying to be prepared to get food. But sometimes they will park their cars and they'll come help, especially if it's people who have been coming for a while, because they see how the hard work behind. We take the time first to just get everything separated. So we usually don't even start till about 8:30. So food is delivered at 7 and then we start at 8:30. And so again, by the activities that we do, that's what we're using again to also advertise how to get involved.
Okay. I know a lot of places that I've visited. One of the things that they talked about is having people available or having the skills or the training necessary to operate these digital media technologies. Do you find yourself somewhat in that position as well?
Well, actually, we really have a really good system. We have right now two adults that have really learned our system and they really handle that. And now we have three youth that they're working with to train so that at any given time we have people that are really capable and able to run the system. In the beginning I had hoped to have, that one dedicated, but what we have found what works for us is it really builds community within our community when several people know how to do something and the others are saying, hey, if you train me I'll know how to do it. And so that really has helped us, while the two adult our deacon and one of our associates, they are the main people in the system, but always making sure that our youth are able to do it and any other adults that want to learn.
Okay. Well, Pastor Tatum, I want to say thank you for taking the time to interview with me about your digital media technology. And I really appreciate this because I know that you have a busy schedule. And so, just for you to do this, I really appreciate it and wish God's blessings upon you.
Well, thank you for just thinking of me and giving me this opportunity to participate and to help you in this way.
Well, this concludes our message for today on this podcast about digital media technology. And again, I'm Richard Tatum, your